Okay, I think we can get going. Hi everyone, welcome to the first webinar of the TDX week from DocuSign. It is the Discovering DocuSign University. This is one of probably my favorite topics because obviously DocuSign University is awesome. And I also get those cool shiny badges. I love those badges. You know, personal preference. I am Lauren Dunn-Bollepew, say that 10 times fast, and I am a senior Salesforce evangelist here at DocuSign. And I am joined today by Tori Thurman, who is a senior, let me get this right, senior, I can never get this right, sorry, senior instructional designer at DocuSign University, and she is amazing. And Tori's going to walk us through a presentation on DocuSign University to hopefully get you guys started. Few housekeeping things. This is a Q&A session. We are open to you asking questions anytime throughout the presentation. I will just be monitoring the chat. And if you have any burning questions, please do ask them. And I think that's everything. Everyone is in listen-only mode, so you won't be able to get off mute, just so you know. And I think that's everything. Raise your hand if you want to speak with us. If you have any problems whatsoever, feel free to message me directly in the chat feature. And this is being recorded, just so you guys know. We'll be putting this up hopefully on YouTube and streaming it on Twitch a little bit later on. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Tori.
Hey everybody. Hi. I accidentally clicked the button. There we go. I lost the screen for a second. So good morning, happy Tuesday. I'm so excited to be here. As Lauren said, my name is Tori. I have been on the DocuSign team for a number of years now. I've actually been with DocuSign for over 4 years and on DocuSign University specifically for 3 of those amazing years.
Wow.
So I'm really excited to share with you a lot of information around DocuSign University. And let me share my screen and we'll take a look at what we're going to be talking about today. And like Lauren said, if you have any questions, please ask them as we go through. We are all about giving information to you so you can be successful. So let me make sure I share the right screen. Okay, here we are. Is this correct?
Yep, it is.
Yay, yay, I did it right. And first thing in the morning, I guess it's not really first thing, it's 10 o'clock. I've been up for a while, but it's always those little successes we definitely want to celebrate for sure. All right, so what we're going to be doing today, let me get this so that it'll work. Here we go. Our agenda. We're going to take a look at what exactly DocuSign University is. So why is it going to be beneficial to you? We're also going to go through what we have to offer. There's a lot of things that we have to offer that can help you be successful, so we'll step through those. We're going to go over, as Lauren mentioned, the badges. We're going to talk about our expertise recognition program, a way to share what you've learned. And then we are going to look at how to log into the DocuSign University Learning Portal and kind of how to navigate around there, because it's always good to just get a glance at it before you dive in. And then we're going to give you a super sneak peek, so exciting, of an upcoming Salesforce course that will be coming later this year. So we're going to do all of that in our very relaxed short time together. And again, feel free to ask questions as we go through. I'm going to change. There we go. Now I don't see myself. Okay, so let's start with what is DocuSign University? Well, you know, in order to be successful at anything, you really need knowledge and expertise around that area. And that is what DocuSign University does for you. So we are going to give you knowledge and expertise to really unlock the full value of your DocuSign Agreement Cloud solutions. And we're going to do that in a number of different ways. But that is exactly why DocuSign is here for you, so that we can help you be the best that you can be. And the way we're going to do this is with a team of amazing experts. And as I mentioned before, you know, I've been on this team for 3 years. I've had an opportunity to work with every single person. And I'm going to tell you, we do have the best. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to, you know, I'm not inflating it. We really do. So you'll see that who we are is a team of DocuSign experts and learning professionals. And we all work together. And we work together with one goal in mind. And that's your success, the success of our customers. We really want you to find it easy and also get the information that you need. And we do that a number of ways. So one of the things you'll see in the bullets there is we have trained over 10,000 1,000 students. And I'm going to tell you right now, our product trainers are some of the best across the industry. And I'm not making that up. We actually have facts to back that up. We have the top rated customer satisfaction scores, but they're not just great at being friendly. Friendly is awesome. You know, it's great to learn from someone who is friendly, but they're also educated. They're so smart and they know what they're doing and they know how to give you the information that you need. So great people delivering great content. And speaking of content, we've built over 300 courses across all DocuSign products for different roles. So those roles could be end users, they could be partners, they could be admins, whatever it is, there is going to be content out there for everybody. And again, the right people creating the content. And I am a little partial since I am on the instructional design team, but I will tell you that our whole team has made some amazing content. We have fantastic trainers and everyone works together to make you successful. I know it sounds like a commercial, but it's so true and we all believe it. So now that we've kind of explained to you what it is and why you might want to use DocuSign University, let's look at what we have to offer. So this is always a fun thing. The first question that I want to make sure that all of you are asking yourself though is, how do you like to learn? It's a simple question, but honestly, it's something that you should always ask as a learner. It may not be something you even think about, but for me, I learn by doing things hands-on. I'm a hands-on learner. I want to touch it. I want to practice it. I want to be able to come back to it if I need to in my own time. So we have something for everybody out there. You'll notice that we have complimentary offerings and we also have paid offerings. And it really is what works best for you. So our complimentary offerings, those are going to be self-paced content, hands-on learning labs, and then paid offerings are going to be a little bit more in depth. Of course, they are going to be a paid service, but that's because you're getting value out of what we're going to provide you with. And we're going to go into these options. So don't worry, this is just a high-level overview to get you thinking about what works best for you as a learner. And to really reiterate, we have something for everybody. So that's awesome. So we'll start with self-paced learning. As I mentioned, I really like self-paced learning because I like the ability to come back to it whenever I need to. And also I like to be able to read it, practice it, come back to it, and it makes a huge impact for me. So with our self-paced learning, some of the best benefits is it's on demand, as I mentioned. You could take this training wherever you are. You know, let's say that it is midnight on a Thursday and you want to learn about templates. Well, guess what? Go to the DocuSign University and you can take that self-paced content whenever you want to. You can even take it on your phone. So the cool thing about self-paced content, you don't have to sit down at your computer. You can be on your mobile device, you can be on your tablet, wherever and whenever you are, and actually get that content. So that is fantastic news. And you can reference it anytime. So if you need to come back to it, it's there. And it's not just a guide. So I think a lot of times when we think maybe of self-paced content, we might think of a guide, a how-to. It's more in depth than that. We give you use cases that are going to be relevant to you. We give you practice exercises that you can do. We give you knowledge checks to really make sure you're understanding the information. So self-paced learning, love it. The screen right now, what you're seeing is this is an example of a lot of self-paced learning that might be of interest to all of you. As we go through the slides, you'll also notice that up there, we do have the DocuSign or the Salesforce icon there to really call out those courses that you might be even more specifically interested in. So these are a couple of different self-paced content courses that we have specifically for Salesforce. So self-paced learning, on demand, when you want to take it, available all the time. Next, we have hands-on learning labs. So maybe you're the type of person that, you know, you want to do hands-on, you like self-paced, but maybe you want to be in an environment that's more like a classroom. You know, some people like to be in the classroom, so this is a great opportunity for you. Essentially, what we offer for these learning labs is they're 60 minutes, they're hands-on, and they're expert-led. So the benefits of the hands-on learning labs is that you get an expert there walking you through how the process works. Then they give you time to practice, and they give you time to ask questions. So this is a really fantastic option for those of you that might have a specific question that you want to, say, hey, this is my workflow. Can you help me with how this would work for me? And I will tell you, a great thing about hands-on learning labs is you can use them in conjunction with Selfpaced. So with our hands-on learning labs, these are offered at certain times because they are live, but they are easily accessible through the DocuSign University. And we'll go over how to do that here in a little bit. Now on the screen, again, you'll see that we have a number of different hands-on learning labs, whether you're just getting started and you want some just get started with eSignature or the DocuSign web application admin overview, we have that. We also have specifically DocuSign for Salesforce, configure DocuSign Connect for Salesforce, and then a number of advanced learning labs as well. And I'm going to tell you, it's actually kind of fun. So not only have I built some of the self-paced content and some of the hands-on learning labs, but I've taken them as well. And they're definitely, even though it's a classroom, it's still fun because remember, our trainers are top rated and they make it an enjoyable experience, and they also can answer all of your questions. So we have self-paced and we have hands-on learning labs, and those are complimentary. They're free to everybody. So there's no excuses. You're going to want to take them. Now, the next section that we have is our specialized deep dive courses. So these courses are more in depth. Okay, so these are going to be more like a full day, maybe a 4-day course, depending on what the topic is. And we're going to go way more in depth. It is going to be like a classroom experience as well, maybe virtually, maybe in person, depending on what the offering is. But you'll be able to have an expert go through in great detail around these topics. So again, calling out specifically for Salesforce, the DocuSign for Salesforce administration training. So you'll be able to have the expert ask questions, practice, and really by the end of these deep dives, you should be an expert. And that's going to come in handy when we talk about our expertise recognition program. Because if you're an expert in something, you probably want to share with the world. I'm just saying. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. So these specialized deep dive courses, a number of different options available to you, and that is another way that you can learn. And you can combine all of these together, don't forget. All right, now custom enablement. So this is the last bucket in those 4 different ways to learn. Custom enablement is really fantastic for your organization if you want to customize it to your own workflow or use case. And some of the examples that we can do for you in this additional paid offering is we can do custom curriculum development. So we have our designers create custom, PowerPoints, curriculum for your organization. As I mentioned, with your branding, with your use case, workflow, all of that there. We can also create those custom how-to guides. So as you're getting into it, if you have a more challenging workflow and you want your end users to be able to just pull up a guide and go through step-by-step very easily how it works in your organization, we can create those for you. We can also create custom end user and train the trainer training. So our trainers, we have our design team, which will create this amazing content. And then we have our trainers who will take that content and be able to deliver that to your organization. So that's pretty awesome. One thing that I didn't mention before about our deep dive courses is those can be public courses or they can also be private courses. So that kind of goes in this bucket here, which is why I just remembered this. With those courses, you could, if you have your organization wants to have a private deep dive course, you can purchase that as well. But you can also do custom enablement where it's very specific to your needs. We also offer custom videos. Now, I'm going to tell you, this one is really near and dear to my heart because I am very involved in our custom video process at DocuSign University. I work with our video production manager, who is also amazing. And we can create custom videos for you for a number of different things, whatever you really need. For example, We do these videos and there are 3 minutes or less, and they could be to show a workflow, to show how to do something for your end users. That kind of goes back to, for me, the way I like to learn. Videos is a great way. I'm constantly searching on YouTube how to do something. I've recently got into embroidery, and so I've been searching for how-to videos. And so I'll watch, you know, a 60-second video, and I feel like I have the knowledge I need to go forward. And so that's what our videos can be for you as well. They can be a, you know, how to, but they also can be change management. I have done a couple of those videos, but most of the videos that people purchase, it's really going to be just to get your end users or your users in general up and running quickly with a video that you can share across your organization. So again, near and dear to my heart for a number of reasons, but it's a really cool option that we have available to you. And then we also have training packages. So training packages can be a culmination of so many different options, whatever you feel you need for kind of larger scale rollouts. If you have a larger organization and you need a little of everything, we can put those packages together for you. Okay, I know that's a lot of information around what we have to offer, but isn't that good news? It's great that we have so many different options available to you. So specifically for DocuSign for Salesforce training, if you were going to take those 4 buckets and look at them with that focus, you'll see we have a number of self-paced learning courses. We have the hands-on learning lab. We have our specialized deep dive courses for DocuSign for Salesforce admin course. And then the one down below, hint, hint, that's what we're going to talk about in the coming soon special section. So sit tight. And then we have our custom training and videos that you could do as well. So all of these could be combined together for you in a really customized way. You can mix and match whatever works best for you to make you and your organization successful. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second. I wanna make sure there aren't any questions. I'm a talker, so I'll just talk all day. So I wanna check in, Lauren, just to make sure we're okay before we head into the expertise recognition program.
We're good. There's no Q&As, but thank you for the comments, Sergey.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, expertise recognition program. Again, this is really exciting because when you learn that, well, when I learn something, I wanna share it with people, and that's exactly what this is. So as you start to become an expert in one of the areas in DocuSign, you'll see here on the screen, we have a number of others as well. There are going to be ways for you to show what you've learned. And again, we heard Lauren mention that earlier, that the badges are a really cool thing. I'll tell you, I have 4 badges. So I am an eSignature expert. Like I mentioned, I've been with DocuSign for over 4 years, and I love it so much because it is, you know, such a great tool in so many different ways. So here you'll just see a number of different badges that you can get, but we have many more, and we're constantly expanding our offerings for you as well. So let's talk about how you get those badges. How do you show off your expertise? So first of all, you're going to start by developing your skills. And we just talked about that. There's a number of ways you can do this. So our deep dive courses are really set up so that you can take those deep dive courses and be ready to test and see if you can get that expert badge. But you can do a combination of everything. So let's say you took one of the deep dive courses. So you took your Salesforce course, but then you also wanted to go back and take some self-paced courses or whatever it is. You can combine any of those together. And then when you feel ready, that's when you can test your knowledge to see if you can get your badge. Now, one of the things that you'll notice on the screen where it says develop your skills is that that is an image of our DocuSign University learning portal. And you can actually search for learning plans depending on what is relevant to you. And in this case, DocuSign for Salesforce for eSignature. When you search for those learning plans, it'll enroll you. It'll bring up a list of courses that you can choose from. So those will be right at your fingertips if you need to go back and refer to them for any reason, such as taking a test and wanting to make sure that you are getting the answer correct. So after you develop your skills and you feel ready, you said, okay, test me. Let me see if I'm an expert in this area. The next step is to earn your digital badge. And yes, it is going to be an exam. It's going to be a test. We want to make sure that we are testing your knowledge, because with our badges, the really cool thing about them is they are yours. They belong to you, not to your organization. So they can follow you throughout your career wherever you go. And we're going to talk about how you can share those badges here shortly. But in the DocuSign for eSignature Specialist exam, you'll notice that there's a few sample questions there. You can sit down and take that test, and if you have to go back and resume it later, you can certainly do that. So it's not like you have to carve out a huge chunk of time to take this. You can start it, and then you can come back when necessary. That also can be beneficial because let's say that you start to take the exam and you realize, oh, you know, I'm not feeling very strong in these particular questions. Let me go ahead and just go back to my learning and see if I can enhance my knowledge before I continue the assessment or the exam, as we call it. So definitely great ways that you can continue to make sure that you're getting the information. Also, if you do not pass it, it's not the end of the world because you can take it again. So we always want to make sure we tell that. We're not trying, we don't want you to fail. We want you to be successful. So we're going to give you a lot of tools to help make that happen.
Tori, quick question on that. Is it completely free to take these exams?
The exams, make sure in the chat, the exams are free, yes, but to get the knowledge that you need, we really recommend taking the deep dives. But let's say that you already feel like you're an expert in any of these areas and you feel that you don't need the additional training, you can go in and take those exams within the DocuSign University.
So another question that came in is, will you update the badges frequently? Why do the badges have the years on them?
So we do update them because as with any technology, you know, things change a little bit. So I believe, I'm actually not going to take a guess on this, but I think they're updated yearly. And that is because we definitely want to make sure that we have the best and the newest, and that we are making sure that we are aligned with any changes that happen in the product. So you will see that, but you will be able to keep that, the badge that you have for that year, and then you can retest.
Another question that came in is, will you frequently introduce new badges and what will be the frequency?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we are constantly adding new courses and new specialties as we have them come in from all of you out there. So we don't have a frequency yet. We don't have quite a cadence, but we are constantly working on new courses and new badges, but we really need input from all of you. So we're going to talk about how to contact us and let us know what would be beneficial to you, because you know, the reason we're doing this is for you. So we definitely want to make sure we are doing that, but just you'll want to contact us and let us know so we can grow.
Perfect.
Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about the badges here. So the DocuSign for eSignature for Salesforce Specialist badge, you'll see that is what it looks like there. And then down below, you'll see the different ways you can share, but we'll go a little deeper into that. So now that you have your badge, or now that you have passed the test, you will get your badge that you can share across social media. Now, after you passed, what's going to happen is you're going to get an email notification from our partner who's going to say, guess what? It looks like you have this badge. Do you want to accept it? We want to make sure that you are accepting your badge, that it's something you want. And once you accept the badge, then you'll have this screen here that you'll be able to access and share it a number of ways. So you can share it on LinkedIn. And you know, I shared it on LinkedIn. That's the first place. I was so excited. I'm like, yeah, let's share all 4 of my badges on LinkedIn. It's a great conversation starter. And then you also can share on Twitter, on Facebook, and a number of other ways as well. There is a way, there you'll see the little arrow there. You can also download the badges because you may want to add this to your email signature. Those 4 badges I have, if you see my email signature, I have my little badges on there because I'm super excited. It's starting to get a little big, which no big deal, but I will tell you, one of my coworkers has, I think, all of the badges, and you should see their signature. It's giant. He's gonna have to start shrinking those down a little, but you know, we do constantly, we're rolling out new ones, so we will continue to see those expand. So lots of ways that you can share your success, shout it from the rooftops, and then those badges again will follow you.
So I have a quick question that came in is, how credible will these badges be, and what will you do? What will DocuSign do to make them credible?
Credible. Can you clarify by credible, what do you mean? So we put together, and I'll kind of explain what we do as an organization. So we sit down, and our team, our developer team, our design team comes up with all of the questions that we map back. We are a very strong design team. And then we actually have our manager who goes through everything, vets everything, makes sure that it is reaching all the objectives. And then we go through a company that monitors all of that. So I don't know about credible, what direction you're going with that, but I would love to hear more.
I'm just going to chime in a little. I think, Sergey, it would be more like the trailhead badges in the Salesforce world. The more badges you have, the more, credibility. While we don't have rangers and stuff like that. Oh, for helping people get jobs, for example.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a great example. So with our badges, they are issued, they're issued from DocuSign. So they're a certified badge. They have, what can we do? I'm trying to think of, there's a way that you can track. So they're trackable. They actually have information that can be clicked on so that any, future employers or anyone that is in LinkedIn can click and get all the information for the link. So yes, the credibility is there because we are going through a company, a partner. I'm not sure if I can say the partner. I mean, I'm sure we can because it's through email, but Credly. So they actually, this is what they do, is these badges to certify those badges for us. So yes, it's definitely a great way to, for future employers or anyone to see what you've done and where your skills lie, especially in this day and age. I think a lot of people are looking for new employees that have DocuSign as a skill. So that's a great way to show that off.
Perfect. And yes, Sergey, very much like a super badge. Thank you.
Perfect. Okay. All right. So now, we've looked at what we have to offer, who we are, getting the badges. So let's go into kind of the logistics and what DocuSign University, what our learning portal looks like, and how you can navigate around. So first of all, with our DocuSign University Learning Portal, it's available to anyone. You don't actually have to have a DocuSign account. So that's good news. And I'll give you an example of, when that might happen. I've worked with many organizations who don't give their end users an account until maybe at the end after they've already rolled out their process, but they do want them to get in and start learning right away. So we do make it as easy as possible. So even if you don't have a production account, you can still get in to access all of that learning. And you'll access our DocuSign our University Learning Portal. You'll see the link on the screen there. It's through our support site. And you'll find role and feature specific curriculum. And we'll go into a little more detail with all of this, but this is where you can also take those self-paced courses you can enroll. You can enroll in a learning plan, so you'll have a list of courses. This is where you can enroll in those free learning labs, those 60-minute hands-on learning labs. And then you can also enroll in those public and deep dive courses that are paid. So all of that's going to be available to you right through the DocuSign University Learning Portal. Now to log in, so obviously logging into a portal, it's not usually a big deal, but what we want to point out here is that there is an opportunity if you don't have a production account to register or log in. I do want to reiterate, if you have a production account, if you have your name and email address that you use for your production account, that's what you're going to use to log in. So it's connected directly to your production DocuSign account. And it makes it easy to track your progress and everything that you're working on. But you'll also notice that we have the register option. So if for some reason you don't have your account, you can simply register for a DocuSign University account. And you'll notice it's super simple. All you're gonna do is fill in a little bit of information here. Once you fill in that information and click register, it's gonna go to our team. And it is a manual approval process. So it does take a couple of hours just for our team to go through the information and send you that activation link for your account. And it is Monday through Friday. So since it is our team working on this manual process to approve you, we're 100%, we're here for you Monday through Friday, and it is a pretty quick process. So then after you are approved and you get your activation link, you activate your account and then you can log right on into DocuSign University. But if you do have a production account, again, that's the easiest way to do it. And then when you get into DocuSign University, you're gonna navigate the DSU portal. So this is the home screen. You'll notice when you get in at the top, there's a little search bar. So if you know exactly what you're searching for, you can type that in there. You'll find a number of different search options throughout the portal. But you'll also find that this home screen here, it's always going to give you with the first little box there is going to be a welcome or an introduction or an up and coming. So you'll get to see what's new and what's coming, kind of a teaser for something that you might be interested in. You'll also see your courses are over there on the right-hand side. So any courses that you've enrolled in or that you've taken, you can easily access those on the right. And then on the left, what you're going to see is a real-time calendar. So if you're looking on a specific date, you say, hey, you know, I have a few hours of free time on the 26th. What's available? You could click on that link and it'll give you a list of those available courses for that specific date. And these are for the live courses, just to clarify, because remember, Selfpaced is always available at every given moment. All right, so as we continue down the page, so that was the top of the portal page, and as we scroll down, you're gonna find that you have access to the customer catalog, so some examples and recommended courses for topics that are gonna come up. You'll see there's a number of options here. You'll also see that they do tell you whether they're self-paced, if it's a learning plan, you'll see webinar in there. You'll have a lot of different options. So we try to share with you from that at a glance perspective what that course actually is. And then at the bottom is recommended courses. So if you're brand new, these are just some of the courses that we found are very helpful for when you're first getting started with DocuSign. So they're right there. And the way I kind of think about this homepage here, it's kind of like HBO. And I don't know if anyone's watching it right now. There's a lot of great things, but I digress. What it is, you'll have that full page which has recommendations for you, recommendations for things that you might like, but then you can actually go into the full catalog and browse the full entire catalog as well. So it's set up kind of like that just to make it easy to use. And then speaking of easy to use, so we also have a couple of ways that you can filter. So you can filter by categories and you can filter also by using a filter. And it sounds more confusing because I'm trying to make it more confusing. It's not, I promise. So the categories here, you'll notice that you can go through your categories. You can find the content by language, topic, or role. So for example, if you choose English and then you click on integrations, you can easily get to the DocuSign for Salesforce link. And then on the right, you'll get displayed all of those DocuSign for Salesforce related courses. So that's a great way. We do have a few different languages available, and per the question is previously, we're always expanding and we're always looking to the future to continue to create more content to reach more people. So that is how you search by category. And then the filter, so let's say that you already search for category for DocuSign for Salesforce. The filter now is going to let you search for the type. So you know that you want to do self-paced learning. Well, then you can click the self-paced option and it's only going to display your self-paced options on the right. So it's a great way to really drill down and get the information that is specific to what your learning needs are. You can choose multiple. So if you want to see, hey, show me all the webinar, show me all the self-paced at the same time, you can do that as well. And then again, those search functions that are at the top if you know exactly what it is you're looking for. And okay, this is a really cool feature as well that we offer. So let's say that you found this course. So you use the categories, you use the filters, you took a course and you said, this was awesome. And I think that, Shelly would love to take this course. I think that she would get a lot out of it. Well, you don't have to tell her the name and you don't have to go in and, try to have her find it herself. You can actually click the link on any course and you can share that link with others. So that's a really great way to make it easy for someone else to find the content that you want to share. Now, they do have to log in to the learning portal. So whether that's with their production login, if they have one, or create an account, but you can share that link super easily, which I think is a really nice way to just really share what you've learned. Whew, okay, I know, I'm a talker, I talk a lot. I always wanna make sure that we're doing okay. No additional questions have come up before we give you this sneak peek, exciting news of what's coming for Salesforce.
You already answered it with is it mandatory to use a partner ID or a customer ID, or can you use a personal email? So you've already answered it, so we're good.
Perfect, awesome, okay. So coming soon, woo-hoo-hoo, super exciting. So we have a new course coming out called Build DocuSign eSignature Solutions with Apex Toolkit. Again, another member of our team, an amazing member, has been working on this night and day. I'm going to say night and day, but they've been working really hard.
It is night and day. I'm on that council, and it's like he's sending us emails at like crazy o'clock. It's like, okay, you need to calm down.
Exactly.
But
yes.
I can vouch the content is going to be amazing. So.
Yes, they are an amazing developer. So Sasha, thank you for all of your hard work. Lauren, you as well on this. But this is just kind of a preview. It's not available yet. It will be, I'm going to say later this year. So I don't want to underpromise, but October is what the word was this morning at the latest, which you may be surprised with earlier, but we want to make sure it's the best and that we are making sure that it's everything you want. So it is going to be just a little bit longer, but you'll notice all the topics here on the left that you'll be able to utilize in this new deep dive course. So the target audience is Salesforce developers or admins integrating DocuSign with their Salesforce application, and it will be a one-day deep dive course. So it'll be that in-depth course. You'll learn about customized embedded signing and sending, bulk sending operations, workflow-based sending, and build requests to leverage Salesforce Connect. So a lot of things, and I'm going to want to take this because this is an area that I'm super interested in. So I'm really excited for this to come out and also to share it with all of you so you can see what is coming soon from DocuSign University.
I'm dying for that badge.
Exactly, right? It'd be an amazing badge. So now that you have heard all about DocuSign University, hopefully you're excited to dive right in, head on over, start taking some of those courses, enroll in learning plans. We also want to make sure that if you have questions, we're here to answer those for you. So you can contact DocuSign University for DocuSign University specific questions, DocuSign University at DocuSign.com. And you would use this for if you have a request for custom training. So we talked about the custom videos, custom training. This is where you would go to request that and start the process. And then also if you have questions or feedback regarding any of our existing offerings, we always, again, want your feedback. We are all about taking feedback, incorporating it, and making it the best that it can be. Suggestions for new content, please take us seriously here. We always want to know from you, what do you want? What's gonna help you? So let us know. And then also, if something happens with the university portal or you have some suggestions or questions there, of course, we want to hear from you. So that is DocuSign University in a nutshell. Any other questions or comments for today?
Nothing in the Q&A at the moment. If you guys have anything, please do put it in there. I'll give everyone a minute or two just to see if there's anything else. I think you covered everything. I had everything. I have a page of notes here for myself. I'm like, okay, I need to get more badges, and so thank you so much. I learned a lot from this, and I hope everyone else has as well. There's no questions coming in, so just before everyone logs off, I want to say thank you so much for attending. There is a few resources if you guys want to learn more, as Tori has showed that slide deck. There are some more webinars coming up. Oh, excellent walkthrough. Going to enroll right away. Thank you very much. Thanks, y'all. Thank you, guys. I hope it was informative. I know I'm crazy in the Salesforce world about trailhead badges, and I hope everyone else does too. Looking forward to Salesforce content soon, and thank you both. Thank you, Sergey, and I know you had a lot of questions, so I hope we answered them all for you. So before I go, there is a good hack code hackathon. It kicks off July 7th if you guys are interested in doing some hacking. If you go to DocuSign.2020.devpost.com to register. I want to say a massive thank you to Tori, because that was a lot of content and I really enjoyed it. Thank you. I want to say Michelle or Shelley, you didn't get to talk, but thank you so much for being here for moral support. Shelley was our backup just in case anything happened. And Melissa, who is the back end. No, Ben, the hackathon isn't Salesforce only, it's anything you want to do. So if you check it out, there is more details on that hackathon. As I said, I'll call it out again. It's docusign.2020.devpost.com to register. And we've got one more smiley face. Thanks, Ben. So as I said, thanks to everyone on that showed up today. Thank you, Tori, for your presentation. And if anyone has any questions, you can reach me on Twitter. I'm at mentionlauren__c. And enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for coming, guys.
Bye, everyone.